Hello, everyone. Dr. Julia Hunter back. Prevention. And one of the reasons that I'm doing these videos is because my website and my office receive continual questions, and I want to help everybody. I want everybody to be well. I wish that I could see you all. I wish that I could help you all, and this is the best way that I can help you, basically. And education is key. And so the way is to educate yourself, and knowledge is power. Okay, so we're going to talk today about heavy metals. And number one is, what are those? Okay, so heavy metals are not some rock. Okay, I'm gonna read to you exactly what heavy metals are and why you need to worry about those. This is a heavy metal kit, okay? A heavy metal report that I get on patients, and basically it's aluminum, antimony, arsenic, barium, beryllium, bismuth, cadmium, cesium, gadolinium, things we've never heard about, lead most importantly, mercury most importantly, nickel, palladium, platinum, tellurium, who knows what that is, thallium, thorium, tin, tungsten, uranium. Where do we get these things? Okay, well, first of all, I will tell you from somebody who sees patients from all over, blessedly, the world. I don't see anybody, maybe in my career, I've seen one extraordinarily healthy man who exercised like a lunatic, 2 hours every morning at 5 a.m., God bless him, who had no heavy metals. Everybody else, when I do this heavy metal kit, okay, from doctor's data, which is the gold standard test. It's a urine test. You have to collect your urine for 6 hours. It's the gold standard test, and everything else, it's not such a complete test, let's just say. And it has to be what's called provoked, where you take these pills that we give you, and those pills go in and they pull the heavy metals out of the bones and the deep fat that cushions your organs, and it dumps it into the urine. So we get a concept of how full you are of heavy metals, okay? What most people are, virtually everybody, I don't care how healthy, and even in young people, really young people, like teenagers, because the more you eat sushi, the more you're full of heavy metals. And so if you've grown up eating sushi, when you eat raw fish, nowadays, sadly, our world is not so clean and tidy. And so when you cook fish, it vaporizes the heavy metals off to a certain extent. But sushi, when you're eating the raw, it does not. I don't want to spoil your love of sushi, but let's just say that I don't eat it anymore. And for years I haven't, because I've looked at too many heavy metal reports. And so people are full of lead and mercury. Now, I've had people who were full of tin. They come in with these weird skin diseases. They're full of tin. So number one, full of people in the entertainment business who are full of certain of the heavy metals that you get from lighting, tungsten. And so why do I care about heavy metals? Well, I'll tell you why. Because when most people come in to see me, whether they come in for health issues or whether they come in for skin issues, it's one of 3 or 4 reasons that they're sick, or they're compromised to the point that they're seeking help, or they haven't been able to find the help, the resolution for their symptoms that they've been looking for. Number one is their thyroid's low. Number 2 is their adrenals are low. Number 3 is their gut's inflamed because they're not eating healthily. And again, understand that everything in moderation, basically. Eat right for your blood type. And the 4th reason is they're full of heavy metals. So I test virtually all of my patients at some point for heavy metals because I'm all about optimal health and optimal brain power, because we need all the good brain power we can get in today's world. And so with heavy metals, with your brain, if you're full of heavy metals, if you're full of lead, if you're full of mercury, if you're full of lead, your bones are really compromised. It softens your bones. If you're full of mercury, basically it poisons your enzyme systems, and that includes your brain. Now, where do those things come from? Okay? I don't care if you're eating organic. The soil is full of those things. These things blow out of the back of airplanes, I've been told by a very important head of one of the plane manufacturing companies. It comes out of dental materials. And I don't want to terrify you because there's very few. We've got enough to be terrified about. There's very few healthy dental materials. But let's return to mercury amalgams. Mercury, every time you chew, mercury vapor is released into your mouth. You swallow it. Some of the dentists nowadays say that there's some mercury that you should just leave in your mouth because you're going to get mercury no matter how well and non-toxically they try to remove it. But mercury is a huge issue. Now they're replacing mercury in dental materials with aluminum and with barium. Huge problem. Titanium in dental implants. Huge problem. Heavy metal as well, okay? I see people who are allergic to zirconium and titanium. These are problems. So what do we try to do? And it's all in the environment. It's in the soil. It's in batteries. It's in all sorts of things that basically are in the environment. And so we can't escape it. All we can do is try to prevent, okay? And we can rid them to a large extent. So what are the things that we can do? First of all, look, eating cilantro, parsley, cilantro, the Brits call it coriander. Parts of Europe, they call it coriander. Parsley, herbs, garlic, onions, all those things help chelate heavy metals. But also, there comes a point, and I have all my patients doing all those things. And if you eat garlic, how do you know you're full of heavy metals without testing? Because if you eat garlic and it makes you sick, or you reek of garlic, then you are full of heavy metals, okay? And it's usually lead and mercury in particular. So you do it little by little, and little by little it helps to chelate it. But the things that are on my website, and the reason they're there is because I'm here to try to help prevent as much as possible, is Metachlor. Metachlor basically helps get rid of the mercury more. Lead is better gotten rid of by a powder that's on my website. It's called EDTA, okay? So instructions are on there of how to do it. Do I think that everybody in the world should take these things? Yes, I do. Because I know that virtually everybody is full of heavy metals, and it compromises your health. It compromises your brain power. Now, some people may not notice it that much, but ultimately they will notice it. And what happens is when my patients take Metachlor and EDTA, what they'll tell me, because it takes a long time to get rid of these things, and we're reaccumulating them on a regular basis. So we can't win, but we win in the sense that we're preventing, because they don't build up to the point that we're so poisoned that our brain power is compromised. So the bottom line is, the other thing is, as you get rid of lead and mercury, they come off with metachlorate and EDTA. You also need to take organic sulfur. Look, exercise helps, sweating helps. All those things help get rid of them. But organic sulfur also, as the body gets rid of those things into the bloodstream and they're circulating, how do you get rid of the lead and mercury once it goes into your bloodstream? Is you have to poop it out and you have to urinate it out. So you can't be constipated. So you got to have a healthy gut. You've got to be going to the bathroom at least once a day as far as having a bowel movement. But organic sulfur helps bring it out of the cells that it gets stuck in, and then you've got to poop it out and urinate it out. So heavy metals, very important to get rid of, a subject that's very near and dear to my heart, because I see people with skin diseases, with brain fog, etc. Never mind, I'm helping to prevent their bones thinning and bone problems in the future. So heavy metals, read about it on the website, JuliaTHunterMD.com. But it's a subject that you really need to educate yourself about, and I'm trying to help in teaching you the things that you need to know to prevent in today's toxic, unfortunately, world. Thank you.
Now, what I want to just